Hi, it's Beezy. It's it's actually 4:24 a.m. on 26, but this is a recording for day 12, and I didn't get to it when it was officially day 12. Um, and I've been up lying in bed. So it's day 12. This is for day 12 video thing, and it's this is how you walk through moving from the old construct to the new construct. This is to the new, the new everything. So I was in, first woke up at 1, and that was just I guess, a quick wake up. Then went back to sleep and been up kind of in bed, what? Um, so I thought, well, I would reach out to you guys and say some of the things that were circling in my head. Um, um, and trying to feel into, so my head hurts and my neck aches. And when I feel into the rest of me, it doesn't feel bad at all. I mean, probably tired. Day 12 was a pretty good day. It was a reminder of why do this now? Why do this with, um, wherewithal or not? It's kind of a shorthand phrase I have for it. Because um, because the whole life that I had and the job that I had and supposedly time and you think in the false. I'm sorry, I'm going to try to make sense, and I have a big request for you, but I want to keep this very short. So maybe I thought if I come talk to you and I at least get this on its way loaded to YouTube and to Rumble, and it's out there, at least it's off the thinking and it's out connecting you with you in the energetic. And then maybe I can get some sleep and get some clarity and get some answers and get some guidance, specific guidance, step by step. So Friday, the 25th, which is day 12 for me, and meaning that I have given 40 days notice, and everybody can go back if you're new. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Thank you for connecting. So see, this is making me feel a little better. So I'm glad I'm doing this. Just a sort. So in my job, I work a lot and all the time, and it's a beautiful place. And in some instances, it's hard physical work, and some instances it's not. And some things I do are enjoyable, and some things are not. But it seems to be like a good way to describe it is it's the crystallized epitome down of the whole false construct, where you're in this and you're doing it, and I give, I used to give 1,000%, and I scaled that back to 100, and now I'm scaling it back even more until I leave. But you're in the groove, so it's for something else, or for part of what I do is make the owners' lives better and seamless, and which means mine isn't, because there just isn't enough time left, and there's no you this whole, and I think it's crystallizing down as the construct comes down. And if you're not certain, I think most people are, but if you're not certain what the construct is, it's look around you, see what's happening, see that what's going on, and you think, this just doesn't make sense. Unless, of course, it makes perfect sense to you and you're all in a fear ball, and then you're probably not watching this. um, so the short thing on that, yeah, it's 5 minutes. I may start this again. No, I'm gonna be good. I'm just gonna do it. So just the shorthand example, I was supposed to have one PTO day given while I was, which is why I put 3 at the end, because I never get time to get my PTO. I mean, it's given, it's part of the thing, but since I can't ever take time off to take the PTO, and I can only take them one at a time unless I can string them with some days off, that's not really time off. So I was supposed to have PTO on the 21st, and that had to get changed and moved so that I could accommodate the thing. And I figured, okay, well, I can do that, and I'll move it to the 25th, which was day 12. But I knew within a day and a half after Monday coming that that wasn't going to happen because I had to do something else. And so now tomorrow, Saturday, will supposed to be the PTO, and it's going to happen. So that's just indicative of me letting things roll over. And so why now? Because at some point, we all choose that it's enough and we have to move forward. Okay, probably didn't make any sense, but there you go. So I'm lying in bed, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm thinking, well, I'm doing, obviously not right now, I'm not doing the best job of trusting, but I am doing an excellent job trusting that. And I'm sorry, you'll have to go, maybe I'll have time for a Cliff Notes version sometime, but I've laid it all out of exactly why I jumped when I did to pull the trigger to do this, because guidance from internal, from external, from different corroborating sources as far as how I get my feelings and knowings and intel, and that's how I walk in the world more and more. And it is the real world, not what we think of. The day-to-day linear life is the real illusion. And we all have, wherever we are in the widening of our consciousness aperture, we all have moments of that where we go, this is, what we think is real is not. And what we're feeling and what we have a sense of knowing and where the heart is, and when you're in that magic flow, when things happen and it's effortless and it's fun, and you're being of service, or you're just following your heart's desire, which often are not mutually exclusive of each other, certainly not in my being. And you get glimpses of it, and and then you're on a roll. And trying not to ramble. The point is, the so-called reality is not the reality. It is the illusion born of the duality and the construct and the whole experience. And there's, I'm not going on theories and this, that, and the other. The whole experience is for the soul coming to have expansion and knowing things in a state that's not itself. And that's not what this video is about. Meaning it's not, so the soul is unbounded and learning these things. Okay. So the gist that I'm trying to get through and get to the point I'd like to ask for your help with is that this tangible world, this going to work, this never-ending cycle of it's not enough and you got to do something more, and always trying to think things into being and or force things, or I don't know, I guess buy enough things, because that's the whole thing. There's too many things in this sentence. There's the whole construct. It's not. It's not. And maybe getting up at, or finally stopping, the kind of tossing and turning in bed and coming and doing a video like this is more in that real energy vibe. So as I said, my head hurts, my neck is stiff, but the rest of my body feels good. It's almost like if I could get out of my head and into the rest of me, there is more calmness. And I can feel, as I say that, I can feel a change in my body. So I think the thing for me, which is really evident right this moment, and for all of us, which is really evident for everybody else, just look out there and see what's going on, and see how on one level it doesn't make any sense at all. On another level, you can see through the distortion coming down, and it's making more and more sense. And for some of us, it's made sense for a long time. How do you navigate that? Whether you're doing what I'm doing, which is changing everything, and newsflash, everybody's changing everything. They just may not know it yet. Because the solidity of what we thought something was is evaporating. And the clarity, the purity, the resonance frequency, everything is vibration, is coming forward. And as those two happen, because one is a perception in one way, things work one way, and we move, we create, we make things happen one way, and the other is we truly create, we truly from nothing can create something in another way. And we move from one to the other, it's messy, it's okay, can break you out sometimes. So I woke up and I started thinking, my action steps, my choices, my path is one thing. If there was a travel trailer out there right now, to start packing, because then I could see what I need, what I didn't have. I could see how to start to figure out how to do things. I could figure out, mostly the cat was coming to mind, Rose Kitty, where to put a litter box and where she would ride, when we're moving from place to place as we go, wherever the journey is taking us. And a different thing, figuring out logistics, but since I live in a tiny house and it's a tinier house, fun and expansive and doable, figure out. And that's very different than just being in the truck, especially being in the truck with kind of if I can find one, and do that with a camper top, just not a truck top, just a camper top, just a shell that goes over the back of the truck. That'd be space. And then a super crew cab in there. And that's totally different. And so here's the quandary. So it's not if I'm trusting, I am trusting, because I'm here, because I made the jump, because everything that's dear to me, which is my 2 dogs and cat and me more and more, which, hey, I can say that on camera, will be in that truck. And there's a reason that I'm still here. I mean, here on the planet and doing this, because there's more to come. So I get a little freaked out of, okay, picture a crew cab, 2 Aussies, so they're pretty big. That's the whole back seat. Me in the driver's seat, and Rose. So what is she going to be in? So she's safe. So she isn't tiny, cramped in a thing, so that she can have a litter box. So that we stop. And, I'm smart, I'm creative, I'm sure I can figure all that stuff out. But then it goes, well, how do I get that transition so it's not going for something that is basically killing my soul to something that's expansive in not a long time of being absolutely freaking miserable and making the animals miserable and them stressed out because I'm stressed out and blah, 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 blah. Okay, 15 minutes. Wow, not saying anything. It's taken a long time. So she was someplace in the house, and I just quietly patted the. I'm asking for help. I'm asking for guidance. Keegan's laying on the bed, kind of, having a dream, and Xander's in his crate, and I just patted the pillow, and I asked Rose where we are to come down. Not in an audible way, don't think. I mean, And so she, a little bit later, she came down. She's purring by the thing, and so animals know, even if animals know. I'm not gonna sort out for where everybody is at the point listening to this, but so she comes down and she's purring, and I think she went away for a little bit, and I'm asking her to tell me what kind of little thing should I get that she can be in so she feels safe and she can't get scared and jump out of the car. And then I'm not even going to go there. Um, and then I kept coming back to, well, how do I feel? Stop the mind, and how do I feel? What are the signals? Is the trusting solid and the head's just going, which is why it's like, the top part is all of this mind stuff. Maybe this is programming and lockedness into the illusion coming off, breaking down. I don't know. It's fascinating if I can step out of the part of it. Um, and and the so underlying is this big thing. There is a knowing within me, as fantastical as it may seem, and if you look around, there's devilishly fantastical going on all over the place, and it's solid, and it's affecting your life, in not in not happy ways. So the fantastical is real. It's just, how do we clearly sculpt it? So I'm wrestling with, I'm not wrestling with, lying in bed, and there's the two parts of me, the head and the body and the heart and the trueness, and asking for my guides and everything for clear knowing. And since I'm really not in the right vibration to get that, it's hard to get through. I'm sure they're talking away and hugging me and all that kind of stuff. And the upshot of it was, get up and come and ramble on video and talk to you. And so the request is, for those who are still here listening, would you do, in whatever way that you do it, simply tune in to, and without, putting the energy, just the energy, not putting any construct on it, but for yourself, if you were envisioning just pure love energy for me, that you would be amping up my thing. So I'm not asking you to push your vision for me, whatever that would be, on, because I don't want the streams to cross, but simply, in however you do it, get into that most delicious feeling for you. A minute of that most delicious feeling for you, of what feels good, what feels happy, what feels expansive, what feels or has been, or however you would describe it, a dream coming true for you. That moment of flow and fun and whew, that was wow, wild ride and expansive. And I'm asking you to get to that state as pure as you can of that deliciousness, of that feeling in your body and your heart, and hold it for you, right? Flow in it for you to the max that you can for that moment. Just bright sunshine and love, and that true feeling beyond all the false muddledness. And in addition to you enjoying that and being there, to have the intention to send that purity of your creation, of that joyful stream in my direction as you, that clear frequency amping up my clear frequency. So connect to whatever is delicious feeling for you. And I'm asking you to share that vibration. I'm asking you to share the force and the power of that creation, of that, and just share some of that good magic heart juice to amp up mine. And please, if you have any thinking within you that of, what would be frightening or this or that, don't send that my way. So it wasn't short, it's 22. Anyways, thank you for, if you pass by this video, leave a comment. If you have the moment to take that minute to do that, I would really appreciate that. And that is my day 12. And day 13 is almost here. Well, it's here. And so we'll do that later. So from March 25th, 2022, day 12 of my transition transformation, I'm asking for your love and asking for your magic, just to share the stream. When you run the stream for you, run that connection for you, run that heartness for you, run that truth for you, and send me some of the purity of that. I love you.